You are now tuned into The Dip, Dads in Progress podcast, a safe space for the modern day father, hindsight for the new fathers, and a peek behind the curtain for women looking to get closer with their husband, boyfriend, baby father, whatever man you might have in your life. Like, subscribe, share, but most of all, listen. Alright, welcome to episode 2 of The Dip. I'm your host, Ski, here with my co-host and 2/3 of the podcast.
Well, Hev, aka Juanito, you already know.
It is sport, So we got tag on for today. We'll be getting into it.
So
game 1 was 2.
What's 2? So for I had a question proposed to me earlier this week.
We like questions. Give us questions. Come on, let's go.
So how did it feel the first time you knew that you was going to become a father?
You want to start out with that? I'll give it to you.
Take it away. Take it away.
With me?
What year was this first?
Yeah, what year? The 40-year-old phenom, by the way.
Yeah, I can even the age I was. I mean, let me break it down like this. All right, so first time my baby mom got pregnant, she was like, I want to say 15, 16. So I was like 16.
Okay.
But she had a miscarriage.
Okay.
So it was like that first time, it was like, I don't want to sound harsh, but
you wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready. So it was like,
you ever seen John? He was like, oh no.
Like it was sad she lost it, but at the same time, it was like, man, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Second time, we found out about my daughter.
How old was you now?
18. Okay. 18. I still remember my aunt worked at what's it called? Red Cross.
Yeah.
So she got me in to give blood that day, whatever. You got $50 to give blood. I'm like, yeah, give me $50. Let's go ahead and get that blood. Come home from there, I walk in the house. My mom and my brother just staring at me like, so your baby mom pregnant? I fell to the floor.
They started off with your baby mom? Your baby mom
her mother had called my mom and told her, God rest her soul, Miss Brenda, we love you. Okay. Thanks for dropping the beans. But yeah, I was scared. I wasn't ready. I was young.
So you heard from your folks before you heard from her?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So, once we realized, I had got advice from this, from my baby mom aunt. She said, I was scared or whatever the case may be. Everybody's scared. Some people, it's supposed to be a joyful occasion, but honestly, if you're not ready, it's a scary thing. Like, your first kid and everything, that's like scary. But I had got some advice from my aunt. When the baby cries, 4 things. Either they hungry, tired, need to be changed, or they sick.
Yeah.
So once you navigate and eliminate one or the other, you'll be cool. And that helped me along the way. But yeah, it was a scary thing first time for me.
Well, I'll go next. My first time was, I was 15. I was 15 and I was dating this little shorty and, I don't want to say her name, but she was alright, she cool. But she got pregnant. To this day, my mom don't even know this. Like, got pregnant, got damn near to the 4th month and had an abortion. So my whole thing was like, now I'm scared to death. It's like I'm still asking my mom for $20, $30.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I ain't even taking care of myself. And you talking about bringing somebody else in the world that you taking care of.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's nerve wracking right there alone. And then me and the shorty, we was cool, but we wasn't like, I ain't ready to settle down. Like, yeah, we not settling down. It's like my little shorty, whatever, like that. So she kind of like made it aware to me, like, yo, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get it done because I don't want no kids. I'm young. My mom gonna handle it, and it was all discreet. And it was nerve wracking just in that because I didn't have to do nothing, didn't have to kick out my money or nothing, and it was nerve wracking alone because it's just like I didn't know what was gonna get done. I just got a link up, like when I did see her again, I was like, oh yeah. Excuse me, I was pregnant, but I'm not pregnant no more. But I saw all like the signs of her being pregnant, like all the shit that they go through. in that first like trimester and all that, and I'm thinking to myself like, yo, she telling me she gonna get rid of it, but is she really gonna get rid of it?
Did you feel the way that she got rid of it? Or you?
Yeah, that haunted me for a while. My younger years of my life, it haunted me for a while.
Right.
Cause I didn't have that was 15. I didn't have my first child till 22. So from there to there, like it always sit in the back of your mind, like, did I get rid of my blessing? What if I can't have another? What if I got rid of the only one I could have, or whatever like that?
I remember telling my mom, because she was like, what you gonna do? I was like, I don't believe in abortions.
Yeah.
So we having this baby, we gonna have this and that. Like I was adamant about that. Like
that was my thing too. I looked at things like that. Like I thought I was against stuff like that. But when you look at the odds be so stacked against you, it's like, like damn, like this gonna alternate my life. This gonna change the path of my life completely.
Right.
Well, to put that aside, my actual firstborn I was 23, and I found out, but you never feel ready. Like, you know what I mean? Even when you, like, my shit wasn't all the way together like I wanted it to be, but you never feel ready. But I knew that based off from my last experience that I wouldn't have that experience. This one was like, oh, I'm gotta have this one. You know what I mean? Like, now it's it. Like,
because you might not have a second chance.
I might not have a second chance. So it was like, this it. And then it was just a big boost of motivation to like, yo, I'm not the man I want to be yet to be the father I need to be. So I got some shit to do in these 9 months before I become that person. And there was a lot of hustle and bustle, but it shaped me. So if you ever see me, I always be like, and I tell my son this to the day, I be like, you made me the man I am, because like like a lot of that I can't take for granted no more. I ain't had no more time to play no more. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was a nerve-wracking feeling, but it definitely was rewarding, and that's 2 instances like where it was a blessing.
What about you, Skip?
My first time that I had the scare, I want to say, is 19. One of my ex-girlfriends, I actually didn't even have a decision in the matter. She told me after she got it done. Later I found out it was because she might be messing with her baby father, and we might not know who the father was going to be. So in hindsight, at the time when I heard about it, I was really hurt, because I'm not somebody I'm all for choice, honestly, but I'm not somebody who necessarily believes in abortion. So yeah, I was really hurt by it. But in hindsight, I probably dodged a bullet. Probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Let's just be honest. But the first time we actually proceeded with it with my child's mother, I was 27. Had my daughter, and 27. We was all working at the job we used to work at before. He was making all right money. We had a spot, car, and all that. So I felt a little situated. But even with that security, you never feel ready.
Did you feel some complete like at 27, because you later in the age than a lot of people? Did you feel like that's the only thing that was missing from, you know what I mean?
No.
A lot of pieces, and that was
No, not at all. Because like I said, I still don't feel like I was ready. Right. Even now, I don't feel ready. Yeah. You know what I mean? You never really feel ready. You always feel like you lacking in some sort of area of your life. So yeah, I definitely didn't feel like I was ready. And honestly, I don't even feel like, even though I know a lot of people have this like coming to Jesus moment once they have kids or whatever, they start to feel like they're going to change their life. I don't even feel like I even had that with my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, certain things changed about me. Y'all remember me. My temper was like real wild. I was still out here like kind of like doing, So like, even though
you still punching on shit.
I was. And honestly, it didn't really take till my son was born, which was 15 months later, to be like, because I don't know if y'all know the birth story about my son. For those that don't know, my son was born outside the emergency room in my car, breech. Right. You know what I mean? And when he first was born, like within the first 30 seconds, all I heard was start compression. So in my mind, I was thinking my son was dead. Right. So I couldn't go in because my daughter was in the back seat. So for like 30 minutes while I was dropping my daughter off, I thought my son was dead.
Wildest time of your life.
Yeah, like, so in that 30 minutes, like, I prayed to every God you could think of. You know what I mean? And I think that's when, at the point where I was like, some shit gotta change. You know what I mean? I have to change. Right. So like, at that moment, I was just like, I gotta settle down. Like, like I said, I was praying to every guy. If you had my son living, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. I didn't make out on every promise. I'm gonna just be honest with you. We all for sure, you know what I mean? But as far as a lot of stuff like my temper and stuff like that, I definitely settled down. Within that 30 minutes, it was just like it's gotta be that. So I think that was it. Yeah.
I think. I was gonna say, I think just learning you're gonna be a father, it for most people it's supposed to put something in your head like.
And if you don't have it, then you probably won't never have it.
Yeah,
it don't click for you right then.
Click when you learn you're gonna be a father.
It's two ways to go about it. Regardless if you're scared or not, it's a way where you gotta click. Like, damn, I'm gonna be a father. I'm gonna have to be a good father. I'm supposed to like change your whole perspective of how you think of things.
The thing about it, when my first born was like I said, when my first was born, I really didn't get it. Mm-hmm. But the thought of me having to take care of my responsibilities was always there.
Right.
You know, just because what we talked about on the last episode, as far as absent fathers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. That either gonna awake something, or you're gonna struggle to always be a good dad.
But as far as me transitioning to the person that I necessarily needed to be, as far as calming a lot of stuff down, it didn't wake that up just yet. Right. You know what I mean?
So let me pose this question to y'all, because we both got daughters and we got sons. Mm-hmm. Was it a difference between when you had your son and the difference between when you had your daughter? And in y'all instance, y'all had you had your daughters first, and then you had your son. Did you feel complete with just your daughters, or is that I gotta have a boy type of feeling?
Me personally, I felt like that. I had to have a boy. Yeah, I had my daughters, love of my life. There's my daughter showed me true love. Yeah. That was my first true love right there. My baby mom, I loved it, whatever it is to be, but true love, I got that from my daughter. My son, I felt like was my legacy. You know what I'm saying? So when I had my boy, it was like, all right, name him after me, everything. I gotta make sure he right, he good. Gotta make sure he get through life right. It's my legacy. He gonna be me when when I'm no longer here. So yeah, I felt complete. I didn't feel complete till I had my boy. Then we fucked around and had another boy, but love him with death. But yeah,
I would tell you that I just feel like, in me, it's reverse. And you can speak on what you was talking about before, but I wanted to get this off because what Hev said. I feel like a boy is like a pillar in your family.
Exactly.
Like it's a something that really stand on. So me having my sons early, I felt like I had my pillars. You know what I mean? And I was in search of that soft side of me. That's what me was. I need something because, and y'all can speak on this too. And people, when I tell people when people don't have kids, I be like, there's no other love truer than the love in your children. You thought you was in love, even with my baby mom, with my girl with all that, I thought I was in love, and that's the deepest love I felt.
Facts.
The day your kids drop,
that's different.
That's not even comparable.
Yeah,
you thought that what you love her is
nothing compared to that. You don't understand true love until you have kids.
That's what I tell people. I said when people ask me how does it be kids? Well, I don't miss kids. I'm like, well, a kid is the deepest love you'll ever have.
Right.
That's the deepest love. You know what I mean?
And that's why I be like for motherfuckers to turning back on that, I don't understand people like that, bro. I couldn't understand it. That shit just
that's turning it's giving a piece of yourself up. That's chopping your arm off. It's a piece you can't get back.
But speak on it though. Once you had your daughter, how did you feel? Did you need a son, or was you kind of complete? Or
I wouldn't say I was complete, but I wasn't yearning for a son either.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was absolutely fine with my daughter because it's nothing it's nothing in the world like your first off.
Right.
But that daddy's little girl concept, that complex is different. It really is. Once you hold her and she looks at you and you just know that's the person. You're gonna protect your son, but you're not always gonna have this complex within yourself to be I need to protect him because he needs to become a man at the end of the day.
Right.
I don't care how old my daughter is.
Right.
My daughter will always be my baby.
Baby girl. Tell her everything. Yeah. She's 20. Still to this day, baby girl.
And this would and I don't want to beat it in the listeners' ears, but this is really a spot where where you gonna find 3-4 men sitting around talking about how vulnerable they are about the birth of their kids and things of that nature. And this is what we try and provide as far as like content. Like, man, you be sitting there sometimes and you don't want to tell nobody how you really feel, but you mushy as shit about your kids. Like, you real mushy, like real mushy about them.
And by the way, like this on the everyday, this is not us. Like, this is not us. No, definitely not.
Yeah, I was just on the. We was talking and shout out to Chaz because Chaz was like,
Chazzy boy.
Yeah, Chaz was like,
Chazzy
I was listening to y'all, and he was like, you know what I mean? I pride myself on being a good father, but he was telling his kids, oh, yo, shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. Telling his kids, oh, dog.
Honestly, man, like that was it's the big, but Chaz is honestly a great father. So big up to Chaz, man. Like shout out to Chaz, man. That was just honestly like, but this is what it's all about. Exactly. This is what we talked about. It's about the vulnerability, understanding that you go through those moments too. And Chaz was just going through that moment
at no point in time we trying to appear perfect. Like, nah.
Yeah. Not at all. Dad's in progress. We still in progress. Always. Every day we learn something different. We growing as fathers, as men. Y'all along with the journey with us, so stay with us.
But as a man, let's get to some men shit. Like, you know, summer approaching.
Absolutely.
And what we on this summer, like, you know what I mean? I hear a lot of discrimination. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Discrimination.
Hoochie Daddy.
Oh no! Listen. I'm telling y'all right now. Oh, listen. You hear that? It's my thighs. My thighs is out. It's Hoochie Daddy season. The short shorts is on. Listen, you got the dad bod popping, the boobies is boo-boo.
So the shorty.
You got the gold chain on. You got the gold chain on. You know what I'm saying, you might have the no-show socks, the tube socks. Don't have no quarters on. If you have some quarters around me, I might play you. I ain't gonna lie.
You got the flip-flops, no socks on.
Yeah, you might.
You have me
I need to be flip-flop, no socks.
I don't know where I was at the other day.
You gotta be seeing
I seen a bunch of people with the flip-flops, no socks.
Thong sandals?
Jesus said. Where was I at?
If you ain't on that's law. We gotta start doing some men laws too. The law is if you do not have sand underneath your feet, you cannot rock them slides without no socks.
I'm not rocking it with
the thong joints too. You know the thong joints.
No.
In the middle.
Anything in between.
The thong should be worn in the country. Let's establish.
Everybody had the thong joints.
Thong sandals ain't like, they have no comfortability level at all.
Yeah, like my mom used to give me them all the time.
But if you gonna wear them, you got to be out the country. Don't be here. Like, don't be local.
We was born in Clementon.
You know, cool.
I had the thong sandals on.
Yeah, last time I had some thong sandals on was like a elementary school trip or something like that. I didn't have no choice in the matter. I'm not wearing no thong sandals as a man. No sir.
So how y'all feel about the shorts though? Y'all, the women don't want us in these shorts. So how you feel?
Oh, they do. They absolutely do. Go to your nearest brunch. Go to your nearest brunch, get a bottle of Prosecco.
Get a gray shorts is turned into the gray shorts.
The gray shorts, the mesh shorts, whatever shorts, as long as they above the knee, they above the knee. I'm telling you, go to your nearest brunch. I'm telling you.
It's changed though, because before it was like growing up in the 2000s, like them shorts better not be over your knee.
Right, he was definitely them joints definitely paused.
Your shorts young as shit.
I'm telling you, listen, you rock the mesh shorts above the knee, you might get a yurt from one of them joints. They different now. I'm telling you, they different.
Yeah, I play. I'm not a. You wild if you in some jean shorts. You a wild short.
Yeah, buddy. Jean shorts above the knees.
The hammer joint with the pause, but the joint over the
Talk about the strap. The strap. Not the hammer. Talk about holding the hammer. I don't know, but no jeans that hold no hammers.
Carpenter joints with the joint. I remember you ever be running, somebody grab your joint. Don't stop playing. We get on my knees when they run.
The matter of fact, the low jeans used to have this strap on them. I remember the low jeans shorts. Old niggas too. Yeah.
Got it. No, I don't wear shorts. I'm heavy jeans and joggers all summer, sweating my ass off.
I'm jeans.
Oh, you not coming to brunch?
I'm a heavy jeans.
I'm coming to brunch.
I'm a heavy jeans boy.
Mimosa.
I'm a heavy jeans boy, but I do play with like the Nike ball shirts, like on some like swishy type joints. I'll rock them above the knee.
Yeah, it's Hoochie Daddy season. I'm shorts this season. Man, he said throw the shorts on.
With the low shirt on, with the shorts, and get
it's
you.
It's crazy. 2000 was like the youngest shit. Now it's like, yo, your shorts big as shit. Shit changed real fast.
You remember Capri's though?
Yeah, Capri's. They was it.
Capri's with the Dr. Denner Capri's with the strings on the bottom.
Niggas was rocking a Capri all year long. You was supposed to put them up at a certain time period.
Yeah.
They played them in through the winter.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't rock no jeans with forces. I will only rock Capris with white forces, cause you always get the stain on your forces. So that was like the cheat code for me. Like,
we used to rock shell time.
Shells that work too. Yeah, shells that work too.
They was 2 for $80.
Yo.
Damn.
2 for $80.
Remember discount sneakers?
Now the flex is buying 2 pair of forces instead. Like, why you buying 2 so I can't get one at the store? Like, I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I went there yesterday. I was like, y'all got white forces? No, we sold out. We got the black ones. I'm like,
yo, what's the other thing with the black?
I'm a heavy black sneakers. I told Skeeters a couple weeks ago I love black sneakers, so I will buy them. But
let's get to the problem. We need to know what is the thing with the black forces. Why we can't wear black forces? People ask me all the time, why not wear?
Because they associated with felonies. That's why.
They fucked them up. They started negative connotation, man. They fucked them up.
I'm telling you right now, you look.
I really like them.
If we had full screen mugshots, I guarantee you would see some black forces on their feet.
So black forces is the murderers.
You can't come to sport. You can't come to brunch with no black forces on.
No, I have no shorts. I'm not.
Black forces and shorts.
But remember,
church sneakers.
No, not even that. Forces used to come out in seasons.
Yeah.
Forces black in the winter. You had to get a black pair in the winter.
Yeah.
Summertime drop. You had to have a white pair.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's changed. Now it's just white all year.
White all year long. G Phase was what they call them too. The young ones. Where'd they come from?
Phasos. Forces.
My son, somebody said that shit to me like,
Phasos. He brought them back out. Who said they left?
Yeah,
exactly.
These right here, state forces.
Yeah, exactly.
Ones. Like, what are you
talking about?
Now they call ones. We didn't even call them what they call ones now.
They call
Jordans. We call forces ones.
The only other name we gave forces was Sheeds. Is the patent leather joints. That's the only joints. But other than that, yeah, they was forces.
And I was playing with the high tops. Don't be getting caught dead in them high tops now.
Oh yeah.
Right.
They don't even make them.
Listen, Easter. I had a Braves jersey, right? Yeah. With some shorts in the high top forces.
You had to have high tops.
Listen, Mikey Check was like maroon, like the Braves, the red, like the Braves.
It was fresh.
With the strap too. With the strap.
Yeah, the freaky check was in. Now you can't even wear the freaky check.
Straight right.
Your check colored.
Straight right.
Yeah, exactly. But this episode 2.
Yeah.
This episode 2. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Continue to tune in.
Yeah, we dads in progress and you a dad in progress.
Right.
I might have to say that shit.
I like that.
That boy. That motherfucker said Alright, we out.
We out, though. Yeah.